What an absolutely beautiful spot this is out here. Never been here before, but so stoked we found it. Demi and I are just away for a one-night weekend camping trip in our local area. Where we are now is actually on the Wilson River, way up out in the mountains out the back of Port Macquarie. I've been out here a heap of times, but never to this particular spot. I had heard about it, but it's a lesser known spot, and it's quite a four-wheel drive track to get down here. I didn't film any on the way down, but I'll film it on the way back out. There's one section where it's off cam with big ruts and stuff. The main spots out this way can get super busy, but this is definitely a lesser known hidden spot. We're gonna have some lunch here and enjoy this spot to ourselves out in the middle of the bush next to the creek. Got a couple of waterfalls we're gonna check out this afternoon, then we'll find camp somewhere and do a bit more exploring tomorrow. What I loved about that spot, no rubbish, so pristine, just out here in the middle of the bush. This track up out of here would be one hell of a drive in the wet. I'd say you'd be winching. This is definitely an interesting bit of the track here. It's quite steep, big ruts, and it's all leaning off to the side as well, which never feels nice. I'm puffed. Made up out of there, all good. Gonna head and check out these couple of waterfalls.
Saddle up, you're enough, but you leave it for the morning to start again, hanging on by a coin, so you probably should be somewhere far from here. Where do you go? Where do you go?
So sweaty from that walk, then 100-metre walk from the car where we parked it back in the car park, through the bush, up to the waterfall. Here we are, keen for a swim. So beautiful, all these rivers are still flowing super nice from all that rain we had back before Christmas. Have a swim here. There's actually a bit of a more lesser known one up behind it, only just up behind there is an even bigger waterfall. We'll check that out after. Nice little cool off there. We're gonna head up to the bigger one, which is even better. It's not far up there at all, it's just that you need to sort of scramble up around all these boulders up the cliff, and then it's just behind there. There's the first waterfall flowing down over the rocks there. That's where we swim, and then if you turn around you will see a monster waterfall up there. That one is super high, massive drop down, a nice sunny pool at the bottom of it. Hopefully the sun's getting in there. Such a beautiful waterfall here, it's just absolutely massive. Nice having a swim out there. I don't know how this waterfall isn't more well known. So many people that come out here just go to that first one, and then you've got this monster one up here behind it. Get ourselves dressed and make the walk back to the car, and then we'll head a bit of a drive further up the mount along the main dirt road and head towards the camp up there somewhere. Rooftop tent set up, we'll get this fire going. There's quite a few things I love about the rooftop tent, but one thing I really enjoy is the fact that it's always up there ready to go. So when we had to pack to come on this one night camping trip, basically my whole car's all ready to go. You don't have to put any swags or bedding or anything in. I keep a sheet in there, and then I keep a doona in the car for it all the time. I just chuck 2 pillows in and it's all ready to go. And then what I was saying earlier about everything being set up, I was thinking that I only have to chuck clothes in, a little bit of food, and the whole car's ready to go. It's basically like a 10-15 minute pack up to get away for the weekend, which is what I love. Cooking up a bit of dinner here now by the fire, sit back and enjoy this place. Absolutely starving also.
I love my silence. It dies when you're not there, hiding, waiting to scare me, rip me out of my skin. You won't be there down with
I just wanted to show this because I thought it was super cool. This isn't meant to be some big sponsored thing, but it's just a first aid kit I got a while back, and I haven't actually used it yet, but I was down the creek getting some water and I got some leech on me. I went to get a band-aid out of it because they always bleed so much and then you get blood everywhere, but I've never even opened it up. This is a large Iron Man one, and once you open it up, because people have been into me in the past, because the first aid kit I used to have was only a really small one. I open it up and it comes all labelled in this small little compartments, and you got small wounds, large wounds, snake bites and spider bites. What's the last one? Emergency items. Super cool, handy piece of kit to have out the bush. Just a little reminder I'd thought to people to get yourself a first aid kit for if you get a leech bite.
Leech bite?
Just in the process of packing up camp. It's starting to get so hot, keen for a swim. The plan today is to head out of this area over the other side of the Oxley Highway and drop down into the Sells State Conservation Area, where there's some nice steep four-wheel drive tracks in there, a few little swimming spots and things to check out. I've arrived down the bottom of the Sells here at the what they call the Hilton Hotel. This is all an old gold mining area, and I'm fairly sure that was back in the gold mining days. I'm pretty sure the workers used to stay at it when they were down here mining gold. This whole area was taken out by fires maybe 14-15 months ago now. Still sort of recovering from that. Everything's all green and back to life now, but still all dead trees around. The tracks in and out of here used to be quite hard because they're very, very steep. After those fires, or I think it must have been just before those fires when they needed access, they bulldozed them all. They're obviously still steep, but they're quite easy, basic fire trails now, most of them. I'm sure they'll deteriorate over time again. From the Hilton here, we're going to walk down the creek and there's a cool little waterfall. We're going to have a swim. Made us to this little waterfall here just down from the hut. Such a beautiful spot. I'm sweating. No, that walk's only 100 meters. Keen to jump in.
Wow, babe.
That was ridiculous. I really caused a scene of getting up there, but we made it. Now you can get in here in this cool little cave under the bigger one. Jump! 3, go! 3, 2, 1, jump! Yeah! Just making our way down through the cells here now is the main trail that runs through the area. A heap of beautiful creek crossings. A few nice camp spots along it. Amazing area through here. It's so nice, this creek. Little tree here to clear. Often don't even bother bringing the chainsaw on our overnight trips between the car winch and axe, and then I got a couple of these silky boys, which are the Japanese hand saws, and this thing is insane how well to cut. At one of these gold stampers here, I think that's what they're called, is that what they're called? But they used to get all the rocks and that up out of the creek, I think, and then sift them through there to look for the gold. I've really got no idea what I'm talking about, but yeah, something like that. Gonna pull up a nice spot here on the creek, have ourselves a bit of lunch. We're at the end of this run down through the valley, and then we head up out of here now, up a steep track, and then back onto the highway and make our way home. We thought we may as well sit here and enjoy this last bit before we head off. Fair bit of rain coming down here now, back up at the main road, airing up the tyres, gonna head home. I think we picked the right night to go. I didn't film too much coming up out of there. All those trails are quite basic. They used to be a bit more challenging, but since they've graded them now, it's a good place to go if you've got a stock standard four-wheel drive and you're keen for a bit of an overnighter or just a day drive even. You know, they've got a bit of steepness in them, a few little creek crossings, and you won't have a drama, except if you went down there and it's pouring rain. It's probably going to get fairly slippery, so that's the only thing. Demi and I are going to try and do a few more of these one-nighter weekender trips, and I'll film them as we go on all our local spots. It's good to get away in your local areas for a night. If you want to see all the behind the scenes and pictures and stories and everything I post, follow along on Instagram. Then you can support the channel on Patreon as well. Get on home out of this rain. Demi and I are just away for a one-nighter weekender spot. It's a little bit of a track to this particular spot. It's a bit of a definitely a bit of a lesser known, definitely a bit of a, we're going to have ourselves a little bit of lunch and enjoy this spot to our, no. I know this mountain area reasonably well, so I've got a few spots we're going to, anyways, we're making our way back up out of this track now. This track would be one hell of a track. This drive up out of here would be one. This track up out of here would be. This is the interest. We made it, guys. We made it, guys.
I didn't have enough air in my lungs to laugh.
One of the things I love most about that rooftop tent is, there's quite a few things I love about the rooftop tent, but one thing I do can't.
I just had a leech on me, and
Shut
I
up,
used
shut
an
up.
awesome first aid kit.
Such a nice spot here, out in the mountains, early and such a nice spot to wake up to here. That's cool. But
Yeah, it
fair
is
enough.
cool. No, yeah.
But then people be like, oh my god, sponsor. But stop saying but.
Stop saying but.
This whole area is what was. Are these gold stampers? I forget what they're called. I just can never talk properly.